Good morning, natural gas. It's Monday, April the 20th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company, and this is the top news for natural gas. Number one, the Strait of Hormuz is closed again. Number two, Golden Pass LNG export cargoes appear to be delayed. Number three, Europe is looking to buy LNG from Canada and ship it via the Panama Canal. And number four, Coastal Azul LNG, that's in Mexico, just south of California, construction is nearly complete. Let's turn to the spot May natural gas contract. We're currently trading at 268.90, up 1.5 cents or 0.56%. As you can see, we're going nowhere fast. We got up to the 13-period exponential moving average, which comes in today at 271.60. We got as high as 274.60 before easing back off. The RSI is still positive, which gives us hope that it can move a little bit higher. We are dealing with cooler weather. This is the cool period that we've talked about on the weather forecast before the heat builds up again in the south, but it's not much heat. And let's turn to what else is going on in the world. Well, here's the HLC Eagle. This is supposed to be picking up an LNG cargo from Golden Pass, but it's just sitting out in the Gulf of Mexico or America, and it's just wandering around. It's close to this, basically the buoy area. You can start moving in to get to the port, but right now its ETA is April 22nd, and that's just sitting out there. But let's turn to what else is going on out in the world. Let's turn to the Strait of Hormuz. And here we go. We've got the boats moving again. We had one that was docked at Las Rafan again, and that was the gas log Skagen. And let's turn to where that is right here. And it has been basically doing shuttle service between Las Rafan and Qatar. And Las Rafan and Kuwait, excuse me. As you can see, this is the track. It came out of Las Rafan, it's moving back up. Here's Kuwait to the north. And as you can see right now, we've got another boat that is sitting right off of that, Kuwait. It is pushing LNG into the power plants here. This is right along the border along Kuwait and, of course, Saudi Arabia. This is right here, the Al Karatat. I can't even pronounce that, but this is the power plant here. It is serving that power plant. So these two boats are running shuttle service between Qatar and Kuwait. Kuwait needs gas for power generation, for desalination. How about Golden Pass? Well, the terminal itself is running 355,000 MMBTUs. That's been standard basically over the last week. It is making LNG, but we've got some sort of problem between the tanks right here and the loading. This is right here. It's only about 1,000 feet between the tank and those loading arms as the crow flies. So something's wrong with that piece of material or some sort of machinery that is just prohibiting getting that first tanker loaded up. And what else is going on? We've got some big earthquakes off of Japan. This is the northeast coast of Japan, about a 7.4 here. And that means that the Japanese nuclear fleet for power plants is going to be on edge here. They're going to be carefully keeping an eye on those power plants. So far, no major damage, but if there is another big earthquake here, we may see some nuclear power plants go down. That means they'll need more LNG. And let's turn to the hourly chart for natural gas. As you can see, we got above the daily pivot, which came in today at 266.80. We got as high as that 271.30. That was our first resistance. Push past through that to the second resistance at 275.20. But right now, the RSI turned lower. We're starting to kind of just hit a range here between the first pivot, again, 266.80, and that first resistance at 271.30. I don't know if we'll be able to move out of this range for today's session. What about the strips? This is the Novi through March strip here. This is the winter strip. As you can see, the RSI is trying to turn positive right here. We are above the 9-period moving average, which came in at 396.40. We are currently trading at 396.30, so just right there. Hopefully this will turn to the upside, but we need some support from the weather. How about the injection strip for the next year? This is April through October of 2027. We are positive on the RSI. It has moved back over that previous old low. And here's our low here at 332.5. We're going to try and target that area right now. That'll be our first resistance to the upside. How about the weather in the U.S.? Well, it's above normal across the south and all the way over from Texas to Florida, but not by much. The above normal temperatures, really above, are in the Pacific Northwest, and the Great Lakes through New England are just about normal. How about the 3-month outlook for May, June, and July? Pretty much the same. The Great Lakes kind of cool, above normal across the west and, of course, the southeast. Why? Because it's been so dry. How about the weather models right now? Let's take a look here as we move through the forecast period. As you can see, that cooler weather keeps the Great Lakes all the way down to the mid-Atlantic and New England states fairly mild here. And then the heat starts to build up through the midsection of the country and across the southeast, not the desert southwest. Really, it stays fairly calm here all the way through the forecast period, but some 80s and 90s. 90s are starting to creep up in Florida and Texas. We still have not gotten 2 consecutive days over 90 degrees in Dallas yet. That'll be our trigger for the upside for the summer strip. Let's turn to Europe, and this is colder. Here's all the way out through May the 2nd. Look at this, much below normal temperatures, anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees below normal for this time of year. I get it, it's still spring, but this is late cold, and this is going to prompt some more demand for natural gas and LNG. How about that storage in Europe? Well, as you can see right now, the Netherlands has gotten back up to 7%. Every day is injection day in the Netherlands. And right behind it, Sweden at 10%, Croatia at 18%. As you can see here, it is about just about over 30% full across the EU. But we've got some laggards here. Again, this is going to push a strong injection season for Europe. And how about Asia? Well, this is above normal temperatures here for April the 25th, but overall, it's fairly mild as we get into May the 1st here, mixture of some cooler and slightly below normal temperatures, but it's overall pretty mild for China, Japan, and the Koreas. How about the U.S. nuclear fleet? We just pressed to a new high here. We've got a few nuclear outages today, and that is now up to 22.2 gigawatts, our new high for this year for outages. As you can see, a bunch of nuclear power plants are going offline here, trying to get ready for summer. So this is our big push here. Looks like we're going to make the seasonal high now. I thought it did so about a month ago, but we've got a few nuclear units now have dropped off. So new high. How about the drought? And this is the weather forecast model here from Friday. As you can see, really extreme, exceptional drought here in Colorado, Arkansas, parts of Florida, Mississippi, and Georgia. Excuse me, that's Alabama and Georgia. How about the tropics? Well, this is the Saharan air layer. Again, June 1st is the start of the Atlantic hurricane season. And as you can see, we keep getting these waves of dust coming off of Africa, just like last year. This is going to inhibit any tropical development along that area of the ocean. So looks like it's going to be yet another calm season. How about the stocks in the oil and gas E&P sector? Stocks between $2 and $10 billion have a high short float, over 10%. And as you can see right now, it's a sea of green. The only one right now, CNX, down just 0.06%. Magnolia behind me up 1.09%. And that is because hostilities are starting up again with the Iranians. And so recapping, for the May contract, we're currently trading at 269, up 1.6 cents or 0.6%. Looks like it's going to be a quiet session. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.